Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm where we work hard to make families stronger. And ever since COVID hit, it has impacted families in many different ways. You've got parents at home trying to work from their computers while sitting at the coffee tables, and then you have kids sitting at the kitchen table trying to go to school online. So much is going on. But one of the things that has happened since we have been in quarantine and forced to stay home is that domestic violence is on the rise. And it is very concerning. You have individuals who are home all day and they are with their abusers. And I'm not going to limit this to just women. There are men who are also being abused. And so it's very important to understand the signs of domestic violence, understand that there are the what we call obvious signs of domestic violence, and then there are some other signs in some other areas that are not as popular. And so I want to talk to you in these series about domestic violence and especially how DCF deals with domestic violence. It's a very serious matter for DCF, but I don't want you to be afraid of DCF and also be dealing with domestic violence in and of itself. So in these series, we're going to talk about domestic violence, some recommendations I have around dealing with it in and of itself, and if DCF should become involved, I want to talk to you about how they approach domestic violence and how to help yourself in that scenario. And so, in general, domestic violence is about dominion and control over another individual and using something to be able to control that person. One of the things I want you to truly understand is that if it happened once, it will happen again, and understand that it's a cycle. The cycle doesn't have this regular rhythm where you could say every 4 weeks an incident's going to happen. Sometimes it could be weeks, sometimes it could be months, sometimes it could be years. But understand that if it happened once, it's more than likely going to happen again unless something changes. And so the obvious signs of domestic violence are areas of physical abuse where someone's being hit, and not just that the person is being hit, but watch out for when the person punches the wall or punches something near you or throws something in your direction. That's about trying to control you through some level of physical violence. There's also emotional abuse. You're being told you're no good. You don't have enough friends, or you don't know how to make friends, or you don't cook well, or you don't clean well, or you haven't earned this right job, or something to somehow put you down. Because if you don't have enough strength in and of yourself, it's even easier to control. If you don't know your own self-worth, if you don't know, yes, I am valuable, you don't have to claim that I'm valuable enough to say that for myself. Domestic violence includes that emotional abuse to make sure that you don't have enough strength for yourself to be able to stand up to them. And there's also sexual abuse. And it's not just forcible rape, but sometimes withholding sex, withholding, somehow being able to connect with the person emotionally. It could also include sabotaging birth control, making sure that you don't use it, or taking the pills or doing something with the condom so as to encourage somehow a birth of a child, which links you to this person almost forever. So these are some obvious signs of domestic violence. And if you find yourself in that scenario, know that number one, you are not alone. It is not unique to you. It doesn't matter what you look like, how much money you make, or your education, or where you're from. Domestic violence transcends all levels of society. And so try your best to get help and get it in a way that keeps you safe. Make a phone call when he's not home. Go visit a friend and call from their house. Have your friend send a message to someone from their phone or from their email. But find a way to get help as quickly as possible, because understand that if it happened once, it will happen again. And so we will continue to put out some more videos around domestic violence. But again, if you need any help, there is a domestic violence hotline. Call our office. We will get you some help. And this is free of charge. We will get you connected to a domestic violence person. And so again, if it comes up on the call ID, what you calling, this attorney for? Well, I was just asking her a question. That person doesn't need to know why you called us, but if you need help, please don't hesitate to call us. And so please continue to subscribe to our channel and share this with other individuals. Share it as secretly as you can if you know someone is dealing with a domestic violence incident or an issue, or you even start to see little signs of domestic violence. It's something that is important to me, to our firm, and we want to make sure that families stay safe. And especially in this time of quarantine, there's ways to get help. Take care.